Hello folks, Charlie in Westeros here, back after the longest of hiatuses ever. Life has been crazy with school, but I figured this channel desperately needed some new content and especially a new GOT-themed video. So today I'll be jumping right into things by sharing 5 facts about House Clegane you just might not know about. Starting with, number 1, the Cleganes, one of the newest and humblest houses in Westeros. This fact is generally well known amongst Game of Thrones fans, but still merits being discussed. While most of my house fact videos cover those houses with ancient beginnings and mythical origin stories, quite the opposite can be said of House Clegane. In fact, House Clegane is one of the humblest in origins. It is said that the first knight of House Clegane was the kennel master at Casterly Rock, tasked with training and keeping the well-being of the house's hunting dogs. At the time, Lord Tywin's father, Tytos Lannister, was the ruler of the Westerlands. One autumn, when Tytos was out hunting, he was attacked by a lioness. Fortunately for him, the kennel master and his 3 dogs successfully rescued the lord. Though the 3 dogs perished and the kennel master himself lost his leg in the process, Tytos rewarded the man by granting him a knighthood, lands, and a tower house, and took on his son as his squire. In honor of the 3 dead dogs, the first Clegane used the image of the 3 dogs over a yellow field as his sigil. Number 2, the dark nature of the house under Sir Gregor. Just southeast of Lannisport, as well as Casterly Rock, lies Clegane's Keep, the tower house that is the seat of House Clegane. Given the newness and humble origins of the house, one wouldn't expect the Clegane family to have much control in the Westerlands, but there is nevertheless a village under the keep. The keep itself, however, has a peculiar reputation, specifically under the authority of its lord, Sir Gregor, the Mountain Clegane. It is rumored that servants have often disappeared without any reason, and even dogs are afraid to enter the hall. Whether it's the cruel Sir Gregor who is responsible for the servants' disappearance, or something of a more paranormal nature, however, isn't confirmed. What is equally eerie is the fact that Gregor and Sandor's father died in a hunting incident shortly after Robert's rebellion. It is implied that he was actually killed by his own son, Gregor. Moreover, coupled with the rumors that Gregor also killed his sister and his own first 2 wives, as well as the fact that he murdered the children of the man who knighted him, that man being Prince Rhaegar, it would appear that House Clegane, in the hands of Gregor, could very well be one of the bloodiest houses of contemporary Westeros, possibly only rivaled by the likes of Ramsay Bolton. Number 3, the deplorable entourage of House Clegane. This point should come as no surprise to book readers, but will perhaps be something quite surprising for show watchers, and that is the fact that Sir Gregor Clegane is surrounded by an entourage known as the Mountain's Men. Among them are his squire, Joss Stillwood, who, along with Sir Gregor, raped the young daughter of an innkeeper when the Mountain's party had left the Tourney of the Hand back in book/season 1. They were assisted in this endeavor by most of the other Mountain's Men, but most notably by a character named Raff the Sweetling, whose role is sort of merged in the TV show with Sir Meryn Trent, as the man was the one murdered by Arya in Braavos in the books. As a cruel and sadistic man, Raff, who assisted in the rape of the innkeeper's daughter and also killed his son, was later responsible for killing Arya's friend Lomi in the TV show. In the TV show, Lomi's killer was also filled by another of the Mountain's Men, Polliver, who was equally responsible for taking away Arya's sword, Needle. Polliver is perhaps one of the more memorable of the Mountain's Men in the TV show, as Arya killed him off in a similar manner to the way he offed her pal, Lomi. 2 more of the Mountain's Men whose roles are sort of merged in the TV series is that of Chiswick and the Tickler. Both men, along with the other Mountain's Men, are on Arya's kill list in the book series. The Tickler in both show and book is known for the cruel torture of his prisoners. However, in the books, Arya is the one to kill him off at the inn at the crossroads, whereas in the show, Jack Nagar is the one who pushes him off the walkway of Harrenhal, the first victim of Arya's 3 death wishes the Faceless Man gifts her with. In the books, meanwhile, the fate befalls the equally sadistic Chiswick instead. Now, the last of the Mountain's Men worth mentioning is Shitmouth, a man noted for the amount of foul language he uses. However, unlike the rest of the Mountain's Men, Shitmouth is not as cruel as his companions, even being able to display some sense of compassion, according to Arya. As a result, he is the only one of the Mountain's Men that book Arya chooses to omit from her prayer kill list. Number 4, the head of the mountain. Though this subject isn't nearly as contentious in the show, it takes on far greater meaning in the books. and that is the question of what has happened to the Mountain's head. You see, in the books following the death of Prince Oberyn, the Lannisters send the Mountain's skull as a sort of peace offering to the Martells. Once the skull reaches Dorne, however, Obara Sand questions the authenticity of the skull, wondering why, despite its size matching that of the Mountain's, it was stripped to the bone of its skin. At the same instance, in King's Landing, the newest member of the Kingsguard, Sir Robert Strong, is unveiled. Naturally, this giant figure is assumed by book readers to very clearly be the supposedly deceased Sir Gregor Clegane, brought back to life by the Dr. Frankenstein-like science of Qyburn. Since Sir Robert always appears fully dressed in his armor and helmet, and the fact that the skull of Sir Gregor is supposedly in Dorne, many book fans have wondered if the helm will ever be removed, and if so, what kind of head, if any, will be shown to be beneath it. Number 4. The common member of House Clegane. Much of this video has evidently focused on the loathsome Sir Gregor Clegane, so it's only fair that the final point be dedicated to his much more likable brother in the Hound, Sandor Clegane. This fact, while present in the books, is oftentimes overlooked by many fans of the series. That is, the Hound has in fact never been knighted. It is said that after seeing his brother knighted by Prince Rhaegar, in spite of the fact that Gregor was a truly despicable man, Sandor became jaded with what he perceived as the hypocrisy of knighthood in general. Of course, this is where his extreme contempt for romance and songs glorifying knights and chivalry appears to come from, as demonstrated by his interactions with Sansa Stark, and so for most of the series, Sandor has refused to take on any form of holy vow or knighthood. Of course, this is a point that is certainly a debatable one, considering the most recent events in the book series, specifically where he is suspected to have become a novice at the monastery on the Quiet Isle. Bonus mini-fact, did you know that the Mountain was portrayed by not one, but 3 actors throughout the run of Game of Thrones so far? Naturally, the Icelandic strongman Hafthor Bjornsson is the most well-known actor to take on the role of Sir Gregor. However, he was played by actors Conan Stevens and Ian White in Season 1 and Season 2, respectively. Well, folks, those were 5 facts about House Clegane you just might not know about. Did you know all of them? Were there any facts that you think I should have included? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know if there is a house in particular you would like me to cover in an upcoming video. As always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.